Welcome to the 290 Mo podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could, introduce yourself to my viewers and listeners.
My name is Masai. I said the wrong name. My name is Masani, aka Messiah Imani. You can find me on Instagram at Messiah, which is spelled MASIYAH underscore Imani. And you can find my new project, Liberation Music, on all platforms under Masani, Masani.
Dope, dope. Now, I'm excited for this one because I love when people come through with original, different, you know what I'm saying? Or I might just be ignorant, you know what I'm saying, to what you got going on. But I like to
This is
bring.
also Excalibur.
Oh, exactly. And I put on the thing. I told him no pipe. She brought the sword. She
I should read better. I'm sorry, man. I wouldn't even brought that.
no, you cool, you cool. It's for safety reasons, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that for my YNs and stuff like that.
It did say that.
But uh, but I gotta switch it up too because I had a guest. They was like, I didn't know what you meant by pipes. I was like, that wasn't for you, sure. So as long as you don't know what it mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying. So we finna get the full story, well, as much as we can in this short amount of time. So if you don't mind, we're gonna start from the top. Where you from? Where you grew up?
I was born in Chicago, and I was raised in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
So I grew up in Wisconsin for the majority of my life.
Mm.
I lived a little bit of everywhere actually. So like I was born in Chicago, and then when I was like 3, my mom she just I guess she wanted to get us away from the things that she's seen growing up.
Mhm.
So she wanted to give us a better chance. That's what that was in her mind.
For sure.
But she ended up first we moved to Calumet City, then we moved to Indiana, and then we moved to Atlanta, and we stayed there for like 3 years, and then I believe we moved back to Chicago one more time before we moved to Milwaukee, and she settled there, and I lived there for about 10 years. And if you don't notice, we move a lot. So then we moved again to this town called Racine, Wisconsin, which is like a small town outside of Milwaukee. I went to high school there, and I lived there for like 8 years.
Mm.
Then I moved back to Milwaukee, and then back to Chicago, and then to LA, then back to Chicago. So I got a long story.
Well, we gonna get into it. That's why we here. So still gonna rewind it just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? As a young girl, as you can remember, what were some of your early aspirations? You know what I'm saying? In the midst of your movement.
As a young girl, I always had very high aspirations, very large expectations for myself. So like I wanted to be just anything that sounded good, a psychologist or a doctor, anything that could help people. But music was always like my number one. Like that was just something that was just placed inside of me, and yeah, I could never. Even though I like would go into other things, music was the one thing I couldn't ignore.
Hmm. That's dope. That's dope. So talking about that, some of that music that you couldn't ignore early, we'll talk about now. But early, what type of stuff was you listening to? What was being played in the cars and the houses when OG when y'all was moving around? You know what I'm saying? So, what was you a fan of early music wise?
My mama played a lot of. Now I think of it, like Eric Badu, like Neo Soul. She tried to put me on to like more conscious artists growing up, like Common, India Irie, Lauren Hill, because I was listening to Nicki Minaj and Drake and Lil Wayne. That's what I liked, and Rihanna, Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
But like Michael Jackson for sure, that was a really big influence when it came to music. But I also liked like a bunch of music you could find only like deep diving on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So like this artist named Kat Dahlia, Nitty Scott MC. Yeah, I was like at the time Nicki was like the main female rapper, so I was trying to find other female rappers like and most of them was underground at the time. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really what I was looking
That,
for.
that's dope. That's dope. So at that time too, did you have any inkling that you wanted to create your own music at that time, or was you just being a fan?
Yeah, well, I was always singing. So before I started writing my own songs, I was singing other people's songs. Like I would just learn songs, watch the YouTube videos, like the lyric videos, and
Mm.
over and over till I learned the song. And then I just started writing my own songs. I think I wrote my first song probably like 10, 10 years old.
Oh, that's pretty early.
Yeah.
So I know I'm taking you back, but talk to me about the subject matter of that first song. Like, what was the title?
What?
What was you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy that you asked me that because I just thought of it right before you said that.
Oh,
I actually remember the lyrics, and it was pretty heavy. It was like,
it was
why?
heavy.
It was heavy at 10 years old. You gotta listen to the lyrics. I don't have a word, like a title for it, but
Mhm.
it was, why must this world be so cruel? Crazy people going up and shooting up schools.
Mm.
Want to be bad people breaking all the rules, they think they so something. I was like just talking crazy, like not
Mhm.
crazy, but I was just talking about how
Some heavy shit.
nothing is. Yeah, it felt like
At
nothing
10?
was safe, even at home. Oh, it was a song. It was why, oh why must this world be so cruel? At home, in the neighborhoods, and even at school. Why must this world be so cruel? Crazy people that some shooting up schools. Crazy, like at 10 years old. So I was very introspective and tapped into the world. It was heavy
Mhm.
at a very young age. So
Now, what was your family's response to, you know what I'm saying, you taking a liking into music that much to start creating it, if they had any at all?
I think they were scared.
Scared.
Yeah. I got an interesting response to wanting to do music. They tried to scare me, like not in a, I don't know if they were trying to protect me or like inform me, but they told me a lot about like Illuminati and the things that you have to do to be in the industry. Like they taught me that stuff very young.
Hmm.
I think they seen something bright in me and they wanted to mold that before it actually, manifested. So
I mean,
I don't know.
that's kind of what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you got a child, but you still let them go in their own way. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
And
Mm.
I would say they were supportive. Like I did a lot of like school assemblies. I was sing in middle school, like for the whole school, Black History programs and stuff. I wanted to do choir in church. So like they actually put me in my first studio. Nah, my first studio session was one of my cousins. I was probably like 13. But they put me in the studio probably like when I was like 14.
Hmm.
So they were supportive. They just were very protective over my gift.
Hmm. Now, with that response, what made you continue to pursue it instead of, you know what I'm saying, like playing it safe, I guess?
Um,
Like, what was it about the music that you was willing to take that leap of faith, or did it even feel like a leap of faith to you?
it chased me down.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't escape music. Like when I got to high school, I did do choir, which I'm so grateful for that because it kept music in my life. Because if it wasn't for that, I'd probably be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was so focused on academics by that point. I was talking about I wanted to be a surgeon and
Mm.
some crazy stuff that is too much math for all
That ain't
that.
crazy. We need some
It's
black surgeons
you
out here, I'm sure.
you right. And it wasn't crazy, but like to think of like the aspirations I had at
Yeah,
such a young age, I'm like, girl, give yourself a break. You
mm-hmm.
love music, it's okay.
For
But
sure.
at the time people was telling me it's not realistic to have a plan B and that go towards a career that's gonna make you some money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think I went more into like the materialistic side of things instead of the creative side of myself. But once I, it was when I accidentally, I ain't drop out of college on purpose, but like it just was a weird turn of events, and it was also right before COVID, so like
Mm-hmm.
life was just changing like
For sure.
rapidly during that time. So I found myself with so much more free time. I'm like, I've been in school for 12 years
Mm.
and or my whole damn life pretty much.
Okay. I'm
You know,
thinking about. I thought you was
no,
like
not
college.
college. No, 12 years, like
Right.
from kindergarten to 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been focused on school. I always had something busy to keep me busy. And without that big, I had such a large chunk of time. So I'm like, what should I do with this time? I started writing songs again. That's when I took it seriously and started dropping. But
Mm-hmm.
music is just something that I could never run away from. If I were to ever go a different path and not include music, I know I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't be myself.
Now I just want to backtrack a little bit on a couple things you said. You know what I'm saying? No, that's fine. Hey, that's what we're here for. That's why there's a microphone in front of you. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely want to touch on some points. You know what I'm saying? For the viewers and listeners, and for myself as well. Now you mentioned, you know what I'm saying, you accidentally dropped out of college. You know what I'm saying? And if you could elaborate on that, just for the people who also watching and listening who may not want to accidentally drop out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
How did that happen?
so what happened was I was going to a university and I was a commuter. Instead of like staying on campus, I would have to get myself there and back every day. And that cost a lot of money.
For sure.
So I told them like I ain't gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna transfer to the school that's like actually in my city because it was the next city over the other school. So it was right before winter break. So the holiday and everything, they couldn't get all my transcripts, the new school. So they told me to come back in for the spring. So I couldn't go back for like the winter semester. They told me to come back and try to do it for spring semester, but then COVID happened during spring semester. So I just never went back to school.
Now, was when COVID happened, do you feel like you started back the music out of, you know what I'm saying, was it like out of boredom? Was it out of necessity? Did you have free time on your hands? Like, why at that time did you decide to pick it up at that point?
All of the above. Of everything you just said, I think it was boredom and I needed an outlet.
Mm.
I was going through a lot like right before COVID happened. So COVID didn't phase me at all.
Word.
But
I, I talked to a guest the other day. They was like, they thought the world was finna end. I was like, damn.
I was chilling. I ain't for real.
I was too.
Life ain't really changed too much for me, but besides me not being in school, but I was still able to go to work. But I also wasn't much of a social person back then, so I wasn't really going out with friends. I'd be dating or whatever, but like I needed some type of outlet to help me connect to other people. So when I started to like write my music and put it out and get opinions, and it started this whole little wave. That was way back in Wisconsin. But I seen people loved me and embraced me for just showing my gift that I kind of was hiding. Like I was hiding a whole other side of me. Like people didn't, my rapping side brought out a whole different side to me. So like I was a very like goody two shoes type girl back in high school. So like when I started rapping, when I became Neither Brat, that's my original name, that like it drew more people to me because they was like, I guess they was just they was tuned in like, oh, I didn't know she had all this to say. She was more quiet in school. So. Okay.
Now deciding that you're gonna do music, did you already, like you mentioned, having a different name at first? Was the subject matter different as well? Because I know you always hear the liberation music. You know what I'm saying? So, did you jump off the porch with the liberation music? And if not, what did it look like when you first decided to take it serious?
Well, you know what? If I answer that, I'll have to take you back. So
let's go.
When we talk about it in terms of me being 10 years old, from 10 to 14 years old, when I was actually pretty consistent, that was when I first got consistent with writing music, showing it to my family. I started performing. I got in the studio, but I never dropped music because back then we ain't had that technology to be able to drop it on your phone. You had to know somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
Or be signed or something. So during that time, I was definitely, it was not even, I think it was premature liberation music, but more like just revolutionary. I grew up with two revolutionary parents. Oh, Tupac. I also listened to a lot of music, like Tupac, Biggie, the whole like 90s era of hip hop inspired me. The origins of hip hop inspired me. So I always had a message to give to people. So I understood the importance of a positive message at an early age because I was also a kid. I couldn't curse. So I stopped writing music for a while when I was in high school. And then when I turned 19, that's when I became Neither Brat and started dropping that music. Now, that was a different subject matter. I would call it, I don't like the word like low vibrational, but it was more like in the world, in the material world type music. So I was just talking about things that I've been through and repressed emotions. Like Neither Brat kind of helped me express the anger that I that I couldn't really express at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked about breakups and suicide, all type of things, just everything that I've been through. And then on the rapping side, I noticed people were more drawn to like the Detroit type style where I was at, so or the Milwaukee style.
Mm-hmm.
So I started. I'm like, well, I could do that. It's easy. It was so easy for me. I love the Detroit 808 beats, so I started just rapping like that. Talking about how the fuck you want to beef? You ain't even got no chicken. How you say you're eating? You ain't even got no kitchen. Like just talking shit. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean no harm. But once I went through an awakening, and around like 2022, I was 21. When I like kind of came back to my original self, and I'm like, okay, the message. We have a message. We have a gift, and an anointing. So it's really like a responsibility to. It's my responsibility to drop liberation music, something like to drop a project like that. So I had to go through a lot of life and a lot of transformation, which also prompted me to change my name to Masani, which means it's really Messiah Imani, which means the anointed one. And yeah, so that just kind of prompted a completely different journey, completely different sound. So the version of me that y'all all know today is who I am, but nobody like really got to know the old version of me
Mm-hmm.
because I kind of killed her off.
We can't find the music or nothing.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's still up on the platforms for sure.
Okay. For now, a question that I always ask artists when they come through is like, what was that turning point? You know what I'm saying? What was that light bulb? And I heard you say you had an awakening. Now, if you could share, like, what did your awakening look like? You know what I'm saying?
Um, I call it Dark Night of the Soul. That's the name that came to me when I was going through it. And basically, it's just like you go through a period of darkness where you are like completely blind and you don't see what's ahead of you. You don't and you really trying to forget what's behind you. You really don't like what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So all you can do is go within and heal and see how you can get out of it. So it was a point where it was just me and God,
Mm-hmm.
and whether we was fighting or I was praying or I was crying, it was healing. I healed myself during that period of time. It was also like a toxic relationship type thing that kind of prompted that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it just made me look at myself like, what did I do to get myself in this situation? So that's when I really learned the value of taking accountability for yourself and the mark that you leave on people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just everything, just the decisions that you make, and that includes music. So the more I learned about healing and spirituality, I learned that music and creation is very very spiritual, and you got to use it for good. You can't. That's your power. It's a lot of influence. We got. I don't know how to explain it, but everybody who has a talent or a gift, you have the anointing to influence people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to influence them to go a certain way, you can with what you say. So I decided I want people to go towards the light.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was the people's around you response to the change? You know what I'm saying? From, like you said, more of a worldly message to a more grounded, direct, you know what I'm saying, message that you know what you're trying to get out and really relate to the people. So, what was the people around you response to that?
It was kind of strange because in the beginning, I don't. Hmm, I think they kind of still missed the old music. Like they would still play it and stuff, which I never really minded. But I just myself, I couldn't perform that music, or I didn't even like showing it to people. Like I kind of felt embarrassed after a while. Like this ain't even me. This ain't even the real me. Like wait till you hear my new shit, because I ain't even it was still being formed. So they kind of went through the process with me, especially my family. They watched me turn into Masani.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll tell you I was a completely different person 10 years ago, 5 years ago. So um, it was kind of like an evolution for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching it happen.
Now we have the transformation to Masani. Now you explain the meaning of the name, but is it any way religious? Is it like all faith based? Is it like the like?
Um, More spiritual than religious.
Mhm.
So, um, Messiah is the name that my mom wanted to name me, but then when she told me, like, one of her family members told her not to, because that's Jesus' name, pretty
Mhm.
much. So she told me that, and I always wish she would have named me that, because I like that name so much better than.
I think I know a Messiah.
Yeah, I'm like, I like that better. Like, that sounds so much better.
Mm.
So when it became time to change my name, I was definitely in a very like highly spiritual phase in my life, and I knew that God, the divine, whoever is in charge, was about to like transform me. So I'm like, I need a new name. Like, if I'm gonna be making new music, if I'm gonna be a new person, I need a new name. And um, I think it has religious references, but I think it's more spiritual than religious.
Mhm.
Because my grandmother, she actually like prophesied to me right before the name came to me. So she gave me the scripture. I forgot what it is, like Isaiah something. And it's basically saying how God will make you new and give you a new name, just like he did with was it Abraham in the Bible? His name was something else in the Bible, or Paul and Saul, or like they was. It's just like different, not even just in the Bible. I think in just like different spiritual texts, people will go through a transformation, and then they have a new name. So, um, that's just what I had to go through, and I forgot what the question was.
It was. I was asking you. It was the was
Oh,
Masani anyway religious or faith based? Like was that
yeah,
related?
yeah. I say more. It's faith based for sure. I wouldn't call it religious,
Mm-hmm.
but
And I definitely understand 100% because I had a transformation myself. You know what I'm saying? Even with doing this podcast thing, so I
yeah.
definitely understand. Sometimes you just got, especially when you know you ain't in your right path. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people aren't even self aware enough to make that correction. You know what I'm saying? And they still living a lie to this day.
Saying, and I knew neither brat. Like, even when I came up with neither brat, it was on the fly. It was so random. The engineer was like, "What's the name?" And I was like, "Oh, I gotta hurry up and find
Right.
it."
No
Neither
attachment
brat.
to it.
Yeah. So, and I knew at that time. I swear to God, I knew. I'm like, I'm not gonna keep this name forever. I'm gonna outgrow this name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a kid right now. I'm 19 years old. So a brat, I can be a brat right now, but I'm not a brat at 21, 22. I'm becoming a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So. Masani is just it's a very divine name. It's a divine meaning.
Mm-hmm.
My middle name is Imani, and Messiah means the anointed one or the chosen one. It don't necessarily mean Jesus. That's just who they named Jesus,
For
pretty
sure.
much. But I believe a Messiah is also a messenger, and I call myself the messenger because that's who I am. Everything I say has a message to it. So. Um, with that, I said it on accident. I was trying to say Messiah Imani out loud because I'm like, okay, I like this. I like this name. Let me see if it sounds good when somebody say it. So instead of me saying Messiah Imani, I was like Masani, Masani, Masani 3 times, and I'm like Masani, what did that mean? And I looked it up, and it's actually an African word. It means a lot of things, but it's an African word. It translates to one with gap tooth in African. But
Did you know that before you?
no, I did not.
So when you reading that and you reading it, what was your response? Like, was it like, psh, was it like?
Let me tell you how deep it goes. You can't see it, but I had a gap tooth since I was a kid. It closed like when I got older, but I grew up with a big gap. Both of my grandmothers have gaps. Gaps run in my family. I look up the significance of gaps on Google. They talking about in Africa, it means wealth and it said a bunch of things. Like it's like a high status. It symbolizes high status in Africa. So even people, it was a beauty standard at one point. People would get their teeth whitened to like look like they had a gap. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with that. But that's not what the name means. But it's literally Messiah Imani. It's just like if you want to look up the literal definition, and then Masani. There's also Masani Aman, who is a Hindu goddess. I just found this out probably last year, but she's a Hindu goddess, and she's the goddess of justice. And she was a martyr, I think, but I'm not a martyr. But I identify with that because I justice is like something I think resonates with me.
Hmm.
So I thought that was a cool fact about my name. But the more I look it up, the more I find.
Hmm.
Every time I look it up after a couple months, I see something else. I'm like, okay,
Like it's meant
still
to
being,
be.
yeah.
So let me ask you this. Let's talk about your creative process, and if you could just talk about the evolution from your creative process from Naya the Brat to Masani, because I heard you mention like when even coming up with the name, it was like on the fly. You know what I'm saying? So if you could just talk to me about your creative process then versus your creative process now.
Hmm. I would say it's relatively the same, just different influences.
Okay.
So neither brats. Hey, I don't know how deep you want to get, but like I said, music is very spiritual. So neither brat, she was more of like it's almost like she did not write those songs. So it was like something came inside of me and
Hmm.
said what it wanted to say, pretty much.
Hmm.
So the writing process would be so quick. It would take like I could write songs in hours, 20 minutes, not even write songs at all. Like I think and then I was a lot more lyrical. I focused more on metaphors and wordplay and like doing different manipulation with my words. But like now, it's purely like I still have to write songs, but it takes more time. I have to process my emotions more. Um, like it was one song I wrote. No, it was one song I got the beat, and for some reason I'm like I want to write to this so bad, and I don't have the words. And this is when I realized I don't write my songs. Like yes, I write it down, but the words come to me. I don't create anything by myself. I don't know how to explain it,
Hmm.
but they come to me over time. The beat will give me the words now. So um, I was listening to the song over and over and over, almost meditating on it. Not the song, but the beat. And then I'm like, okay, this song I think is because if you listen to the intro, it's like birds and trees and stuff. So I'm like, I think this telling me to move to LA. So that's what I did, and I moved to LA. And lo and behold, I ended up being able to finish that song in LA. So it was something like here that I don't know how to explain it. I didn't have the inspiration here. Sometimes I have to move to get the inspiration to finish something. Like now, my songwriting process is literally my journey. Like it's just it's documentation of my journey. Um, I don't know how to really explain it. Everything just kind of comes to me. Like the words, I don't just sit there and think of words. It got to come naturally.
Hmm.
So my songwriting process takes a little bit longer now. Like that Liberation Music album took 2 years, 3 years almost to write. But neither brat, she used to, I don't know. She was like, you know how like Lil Wayne, like it was like that same type of superpower,
Hmm.
like whatever he had.
Yeah. Right. He's GOAT for sure.
Yeah.
Now, with you having such a grounded message, you know what I'm saying, and you just putting out the words as you feel them or as they come to you, do you ever intentionally like try to put a message in your music, like with everything going on right now? Do you like make a song like for wartime, for peace or stuff like that, or do you just always let it be a vibe?
Um, if you listen to my music, it's never really a vibe. It's gonna tell you the message. Like I literally have a song called War Cry,
Hmm.
and um, that was one where I literally have been seeing stuff for like Palestine for weeks, months. And I was just so tired of seeing dead babies. No, sorry for my language. I was tired of seeing just evil atrocities happen every day on my phone. Like,
Hmm. Yeah.
then I gotta scroll to the next thing and see something funny. Like I'm like, what is this doing to my heart, to my spirit? So it kind of made me angry. And I woke up one day. I had just lost my job the day before. So I woke up the next day and I ended up writing War Cry, like pretty much the whole song right there. But it has to be something that like makes me feel something. Like I can't just mm, create a song off like a trending topic or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if it makes me feel, if it makes me angry enough, I'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Now, still talking about your creative process, when you're actually creating music, are you recording it in a home studio? Do you work with a specific engineer, a specific team? What's it like when you're actually putting it together? Do you just record the music and get out of there, or do you sit back with the engineer and
I have a lot of different recording processes. So sometimes if I have like the funds or the availability or the opportunity, I will work with an engineer.
Mhm.
Fortunately, I was able to go to a school last year that was for sound engineering. So we had free studio time in studios all throughout the school. So I recorded most of my album there
Mhm.
by myself. That's when I had to learn how to record by myself. But um, that's what I was doing. And then when I didn't have access to that anymore, I was recording. I recorded a couple songs off my iPad. Not gonna lie, like whatever I gotta do, I'll do it to get it out.
Mhm.
I can make it sound perfect later, but I just know that I have to get it out.
Mhm.
Something like if it's in my soul, like in my gut, I'm like, nah, I can't just let this sit. I gotta release it. So I'll like record a little demo, any way I can, whether that's with the engineer on my phone, if I get access to a computer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, when a project or a song or a single is finished, what do you do with it? Do you just put it out on the DSPs and let it do what it do? But are you sharing it with friends and family, or what's it like when you actually have a complete project? How do you promote it, if at all?
Um, I do this thing called guerrilla marketing and bullying the algorithm. So I'm gonna post my face every single day. You ain't even gonna know why. And then I'm gonna drop that thing on you. But I'm gonna put the little I'm gonna probably put a little song in the background or in the hashtags. I'll put clues to what's coming.
Hmm.
Or in the caption, I'll say, "Hey, stay tuned. You never know what you gonna see tomorrow,
Hmm.
cause you gonna see me tomorrow, cause you on your phone every day. I'm posted every day. You gonna scroll past me, and it might just be a song, because I don't even like I didn't give a release day for my album. I did it kind of Beyonce style.
Hmm.
Like I had a whole rollout album release party, music video, single, but nobody knew when it was
You had
dropping.
a album release party with no date?
I had no, the album release party had a date.
No, I know that.
Oh yeah,
With the album ain't had no date.
nope.
Yeah, that's dope. That's real dope.
And they heard the whole album first.
Mm.
Everybody that was there, I performed it live, the whole album. So I don't have a true method. I just know you're gonna see me every day,
Mm.
and I might just have a new song for y'all.
For sure, for sure. So let's talk about that performance. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying on our way in, like I see you. If I like every day, I see you on stage somewhere. So if you could talk to us about what kind of preparation goes into a Masani performance, if any.
Um, if it's a big show, like I just opened up for Shaka Khan September 6th, and that was at the Renaissance Fest. So for a show like that, I mentally prepare myself from August to the end. Like physically, mentally, like spiritually, I just have to make sure my head is in the right space. And then up until the morning of, I was still a little kind of stressed out because I'm rushing a little bit. But I know for a fact, I'm like, I gotta have my energy right. I don't care if I look good, if I sound good, if I don't care what nobody's how many good compliments I get. If I don't feel good on that stage, it's not gonna be good, and they gonna receive that not good energy. So what I did, I stopped everything. I stopped answering all the phone calls. I took my time to get ready, and I got my little incense, and I played the same Bob Marley song over and over and over till I got there, and I ignored
Not the song you was gonna perform.
No, not the song I was. No, it was every little thing. It's gonna be alright. That's what I listened to the whole time right before the performance. So
I just be thinking artists before they perform, they just listen to their song over and over again so they don't mess up with stuff like.
you, I that's true, and I do that as well. But for that day, I had to like raise the vibration, and my own music probably would have just kind of stressed me out a little bit more. Like, okay, I got to make sure this is correct. This is correct. Which my performances, I kind of already know what I'm gonna do now. Like, I don't rehearse at all. Actually, I should. I just started rehearsing. Shout out to my mentor, Papa Electric.
Shout out.
But I just started rehearsing. But prior to that, I never rehearsed. I don't do no vocal warm ups, nothing. I should, but I'm just going off pure raw talent and what's that word? Damn, I can't think of the word. Just energy, like just my energy. I don't like. I think I like it that way because none of my performances are the same. Like, if it might look the same on the internet because I got something memorized, but when you there in person, I'll do something different, say something different, do a different little dance move. So it's pretty. I wouldn't say spontaneous. It's just very like divinely guided. It's whatever feels right in the moment.
Also about being on stage, give us a first person view of what you're seeing when you're on stage. Is it like a blackout? Is it tunnel vision? Are you paying attention to
me,
who's on their phone or who's walking out or stuff like that?
I don't even remember. But when I get off the stage, I don't even remember what I did. Other people have to tell me what I did. That's why I value my videos, my content so much. Because when I'm on that stage, it's not me. I don't know where I go, but my body just do its own thing at that point. So it's kind of like autopilot. Like, in the moment, I think when I'm actually performing, I do feel it, like, but I don't perceive myself from another person's point of view. So, like, I only know what I feel. So, like, if I felt tired on stage, you'll never know. Like, but I know if I was tired. Like, somebody be like, "Oh, your performance is real good." I'm like, "Hey, I was tired. Like, I was running out of breath. I ain't gonna lie." But they can't tell because I keep going. That's the thing. So I always keep pushing myself. I make sure my body is always moving. I never like to stand still on stage. I don't even like people standing still during my sets. So I got to just keep the energy going at all times.
With that being said, you know what I'm saying, with none of it planned and stuff like that, do you ever critique yourself, even though you kind of say it was like an outer body? Do you ever be like, you know, maybe next time I'm not going to do that, or next time I'm going to do more of that? Do you ever look back at it like that?
Yes, that's why my videos are important to me, because I watch them. I study myself. Like, that out of all the artists that are out these days, I study Masani the most. Like, I think that's how it looks. This is just from what people tell me. Like, people don't know if I mess up. They don't know if anything is going wrong. They don't know what's going through my head. For them, it's a polished, perfect performance. But for me, I know when I ran out of breath. I know when I was doing too much on one side, on one end of the song. Like, okay, you need to save your momentum for the end next time. Like, I'll give myself critiques. Even in the moment, like, dang, you did that wrong, but you got to keep going, So, what's the question?
Do you critique yourself
Oh, yeah.
afterwards?
Yes, I'm my own biggest critic, for sure. But I'm also my own biggest fan, so.
For sure.
Go for it.
For sure. kind of still talking about critics and fans. Let me get your opinion, you know what I'm saying? I see you out, different shows, different events. We know mutual people, you know what I'm saying? So if you could, if you want to, give me your opinion on your peers in this industry, in this sport that you're a part of. What's it like? Is it competitive? Is it friendly? What's it like for you?
I think it's all of the above. It's a lot of love. It's a lot of support and collaboration and partnership. I love to see my peers doing their thing. I think we all are stars. So when I first got here, which was like last year, I didn't know anybody. I just knew everybody had been doing this longer than me. So when I got here, I just showed nothing but respect to everybody who I seen touch the mic. Um, because I know I was still learning. I felt like I was still like a baby, and I wanted somebody to really take me under their wing. But um, I realized how important it is to not seek validation from your peers, because at the end of the day, they are artists as well. So, um, them being other artists don't make them your fans. Don't look to other artists. I think this is what I learned about my peers. They ain't your fans. They could be your friends, they could be supporters, they could be lovers of your journey, but they're not your fans. Don't ever think that another artist should be a fan of you.
Mm.
Um, and don't put another artist above or below you at the same time. Like, just we all coexisting. That's what I believe. But I think it can be competitive. I don't really pay attention to that narrative or that notion. I don't move with that energy, but I feel a little bit of everything. I'm an empathetic person, so I can feel things that aren't even said
Mm-hmm.
or that I don't hear. So,
What's it like working with other artists?
um, well, I've always been like a person that like to work alone, especially with this last project I just released. That like really that took so much of my like time, effort, and energy that I'm like, I cannot focus on collabs right now. I want to, and even like somebody that was in the game um way longer than me, and she kind of Astro Stacks. She told me this. She said,
Shout out Astros.
yeah, shout out Astro. I told her, I'm like, I want to work with you so bad. I'm just trying to finish this album, and I'm starting. I had just started doing shows and stuff, and she was like, hey, finish the album, then get back to me on that, because that's what's more, that's what's most important right now, and just let the divine work. She's seen, like she said, like it's gonna get busier, pretty much.
For
So
sure.
it did. But as far as collaborations, I collab more like with events. I have a organization called Pass the Mic LLC,
Mm-hmm.
and I've partnered up with a lot of artists when it comes to that. Like, um, not only just running the events, but even having artists along, like creating a lineup and curating. I feel like that. I like I like to do that because it helps you get to know the other artists like music in a more intimate setting, and then like in the future it's like, hey, I don't know, like we locked in. That's how it feels. So I like working with artists in any capacity. Really, you gotta really kind of come to me, because I don't be knowing like who to ask for real.
Mm-hmm.
But um yes, I think I would love to collaborate more with other artists on events,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Still talking about collaboration. We already talked about your relationship with the engineer, and we just talked about working with other artists. What about as far as the visuals? You know what I'm saying? Are you in this age of social media? Everybody has a computer and a camera in their phone. So is that something that you do solo as well, or do you reach out to other cameramen? Do you have a specific cameraman? What's it actual like putting the visuals out for the people?
Well, for my man, I work with a lot of different videographers and photographers. I was just talking about this yesterday actually, but um like even from Chicago to LA, like I got probably like 5, 6, 7 engineers, not just for me, but to even recommend to other people. When I was in LA, someone, oh, shout out Zario Beats. Zario Beats from
Shout out.
Chicago. He's an engineer. He actually DJ'd my album release party, but he came after the album release party to LA. He hit me up. We linked up, but he asked me to find him a videographer. I'm like, man, I know Obi, my friend. So now Obi, shout out Obi Media. He could say that he worked with somebody from Chicago, and then Zario could say he worked with somebody from LA. And I don't know. I just love that connection, because then they even connected on their own time without me. So I like to work with a bunch of different visual artists because I love different. They're seeing their different visions and their different eye. Like no videographer or photographer is the same to me.
For sure.
None of they work
Yeah.
look the same.
Yeah. Everybody has their own unique like style,
Exactly.
taste. It's all
It's a
thought
different
Yeah,
perspective.
for sure.
Yeah. So for my birthday, I just dropped 3 different photo shoots, 3 different time periods, and I had 3 different Chicago photographers, which are Seedlin, King Messi Media, and Nico Juke by Nico 9. They are all very dope. Y'all should hit them up. They always showing love to the city, and they do like a bunch of deals and free. You gotta catch some free photo shoots, y'all.
Free
Like
photos.
they do. You gotta check in the notes. If you look in the notes, watch people's stories, go on threads. They always looking for like they need their visuals to build portfolio.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you gotta tap in.
For sure. You know that's dope. Y'all better tap in on Shorty. So
Oh snap! It's a free. I'm sorry. Oh, it's Wednesday. Never mind. But no, this ain't gonna drop till like December. So.
oh yeah. It might just drop because I was gonna say I'm giving out a free music video Saturday on Shorty. I'm having an event, whoever bring the most supporters and saying your name, you get a free music video. Bro.
See, I better tap in.
So yeah, I definitely smell what you stepping in, Shorty. So I got a few more questions before we let you slide. So if you could just talk to me about what liberation music means to you and what do you hope that other people receive from it?
I love that you asked me that because as I was walking here, it was like a 10-minute walk from the train to here. And a thought came to me because it's been a lot of talk about like the rapture, all type of crazy stuff. Like just you see a lot of people talking about a lot of different things on Instagram or just the internet in general. So I was kind of thinking of that, and then I was thinking of liberation music, and I was like, I truly think it was my life's purpose to drop liberation music. Like, if I were to go right now, I would be like, okay, because I dropped that project. Because I was just thinking about everything that it took for that project to be made, and then like the things that I've been through to be able to even write that shit. So I'm just like, wow, like what if that was like my purpose? Not saying there's not much more in store. There's a lot more in store, but like I have to just kind of sit and meditate on that for a second. And what liberation music means to me is just not letting anything that you've been through kill you, pretty much. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. Literally, I know from experience. Liberation music was also inspired by the story of Harriet Tubman, who liberated herself. And instead of coming to Chicago and living a free life going to the juke joint, she went back down south. I think she came up north and then she went back south. She went back to the plantation to save her people. So she liberated herself, but she also went back to liberate her people, and that was the most like powerful statement I took from her story. So I applied that message to my journey, my walk, with all the spiritual enlightenment and things like that I mentioned and spoke of earlier. I decided to go back and tell that to my people because at one point I wanted to just all the things I learned about the world, it made me want to turn away from the world altogether and not be a part of it, like just be a monk or something. But something was like, no, there's more people you need to help. There's another generation you need to touch. The youth really inspires me. So what I want everybody to just take from liberation music is to just keep on walking, which is like one of the main subjects of my music. Which, like I said, it was inspired by Harriet Tubman, so she did a lot of walking. I did a lot of walking. I walk everywhere, so I've walked in Chicago, Milwaukee, LA, back to Chicago. So walking is very significant. It's like it's more of like a spiritual journey. It's a metaphor for a spiritual journey. I call it a walk. But it just means to keep going. Um and to liberate yourself.
You done walked in some hella places. Do
Walked
you
into a lot
always
of
feel safe?
Why you think I got Excalibur?
I thought you was gonna tell a story about how that's related to the music.
What? Oh,
You was a real ninja in real life.
oh, oh, this definitely related. Okay, so
Bro, so you just carry that like in your hand? Like, where do you keep that?
nah, I just
Cause I saw I didn't. I must have
I
been
bought
paying
it.
attention when you walked up. I wasn't paying
I got it.
attention. I definitely ain't seen no fucking sword.
I got it last week. I brought it this time just
Got
to
you.
show the camera. Like, hello, it's my new sword. You want to see it?
So have you?
Oh, so I'm a dragon. Year of the Dragon.
Mm,
This called out to me because I went to Chinatown.
is
Like,
this your first sword?
birthday. Yeah,
Mm,
it
that's
is.
dope.
And it felt like Excalibur from like I just always been interested in like in swords and um medieval times, but also like ancient Chinese kung fu and things like that. And then the movie The Last Dragon, that was my favorite movie growing up.
Mm.
So this just called out to me. I felt like I was supposed to have it. And I'm like dragon. I was born in the dragon year.
Oh, this is a real sword.
Oh, y'all want to see? Okay, I see.
Is that legal?
Yeah. They don't say nothing to me. I be getting on the train.
That's they think that shit cosplay. Bro.
It's not. It's real.
I
I ain't gonna
see.
show the blade because they might.
It might still got blood on it. No,
No, they might flag you or something. Ah, this is suffering.
oh no, they know. This is safe. This is a safe space, bro. This is a safe space. Come as you are, on shorty. If it get too wild, it's just gonna be on the website or on the app. You know what I'm saying? But and we gonna shut nothing down over here, bro. So before you get up out of here, that's another question I want to ask you real quick. Analytics. How important is the analytics to you, if any? Like when you put something out, when you post something, are you coming back, looking at the numbers, or you just put it out and let it do whatever it's gonna do?
Um, I'm very in tune with the numbers. Like I be paying attention. I wouldn't say they like make or break my confidence or like what I like. It don't determine what I do for real. Like I don't post something and be like, oh yeah, I'm this gonna get this many views. I don't know how many. It might get 300 or it might get 1,000. It's still gonna get posted, and I know people still see it. And the way I look at views, maybe it's a self-centered way of looking at it, but like I look at it as 300 people in real life watching me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you on your phone and you see me. So that was the point.
For sure.
The likes and all that, I feel like that'll come with time. People have to build up a tolerance to you, or you gotta get followers that actually want to see your content. So that's what I mean by like fans. You have to find your true fans, which are your true consumers of your art. People that will consume your art just because they like it, not because you also like their art or anything like that. Most of the time, your fans ain't even gonna make music.
Mm-hmm.
They just like music. You know how many people listen to music and don't make music? It's more people that listen to music than people that make music.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm focused on those people. I'm focused on just finding people that are drawn to me. So yeah, it's no. I don't really force nothing. I will like get like the. Sometimes I do an ad or something like that just to try it out to see who it'll reach. And then some of my videos I post, it'll be like 70% non-followers.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends. As far as streams, I think I'm more of a performance artist, so I don't really pay too much attention to streams as more as like, as much as like how people react to me in person. Like if I see they reaction or if I see them moving to my music, that's really what I pay more attention to.
For sure, for sure. So I definitely appreciate you coming through, sharing your story. Before you slide, if you could, just talk to the people about what's out right now, what's coming soon. If somebody watching you or seeing you for the first time, seeing you or hearing you for the first time, give them a recommendation. You know what I'm saying? What's the best song, video for them to get the best first impression of you?
Okay. Um, I would recommend Liberation Movement. That's like a house music joint I just dropped. That's the song I'm pushing the most, actually. Like, that's the one I'm putting everything towards that song. So go ahead, stream that. It's on all platforms. Liberation Movement. That's I believe track 12 on the Liberation Music album, which is also out on all platforms. Um, that's like that album really, you gotta, it depends on your mood. I think I have a song for every mood that you in, or every genre you got a little taste for. So check that out. Um Visuals all on my Instagram. I got a lot of visuals dropping like now more than ever. So you should definitely type in with my Instagram and see what's next for me, because it's a whole lot more coming. And I have my first music video on YouTube. It's Masani versus the World. Shout out Clash D in LA. That's where I shot it. Um, and yeah, that video will kind of give you the basis of. I do a lot of characters. Like if you pay attention, I don't do it as much anymore, but I had some little characters and storylines and stuff that I created. So if you check out the video, that'll give you more context.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, then you just stay tuned. Instagram is really where I post most of my updates. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Last question. What's the best city to live in?
Best city?
Yeah.
Chicago.
For real?
Yeah.
That's what's up. I'm sure.
Sure. That's why I'm here.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. In a minute, gang.